Over 108,000 strokes occur every year in Canada. That's roughly one every 5 minutes. During the month of June, Heart and Stroke Foundation raises awareness around the importance of prevention and recognizing the signs and knowing what to do. Akira Neeson had her first stroke at age 20, and she's here to share her story. Good morning, Akira.
Good morning.
So what do you remember about the day you had your first stroke?
Basically, just that I got a very bad headache, and luckily the people around me knew to call 911.
But what did you think? Because obviously you'd never had a stroke before. You just had a splitting headache?
Just had a splitting headache, and I knew it was bad enough that I should probably go to the hospital.
Can you tell us about your treatment in hospital?
Treatment in hospital the first time was, it was emergent. I was in the Yukon Territory, so they had to medevac me out to Edmonton to get treatment. But the doctors did an amazing job identifying the fact that I was having a stroke and knowing what to do to sort of help me get through and get to the treatment that I needed in Edmonton.
And what was your recovery like?
The first time it was pretty good. It was all mental. I had short-term memory loss. I was confused for a while, and I had to kind of relearn how to learn things again, and it was hard. Physically, I had a little bit of a deficit on my left side, but I went back to life. I got married, I had kids, I went back to university.
So there is life after a stroke.
There is life after a stroke, and it was a life-changing experience. It taught me a lot. It brought me into the world of brain injury and stroke, which was has remained important ever since.
Can you talk about why your arm is in a cast right now and what led to this?
When you have a stroke, it's very common to have weak ankle joints. And mine rolled while I was doing dishes. And I unfortunately fell, and my affected elbow went out to save me, which I didn't even know it could do. And I fractured my elbow.
Interesting. So weak ankles after a stroke, but a lot of people didn't know that. Now, 14 years later, in 2022, you had your second stroke. What happened that day?
That day I was home alone with my two young children who were 3 and 6. And I, again, got a headache, felt faint. My hands stopped working, which was uncommon. So I knew that something was happening. I knew I needed to call 911. My wonderful children helped find my phone, and I called someone to take care of them first, and then I called 911, identified that I was having a stroke, and got the care that I needed.
So did you feel more prepared because you had already had that first stroke?
Yes, and knowing the signs and symptoms of stroke saved me the second time.
So that being said, what would you like to tell people about stroke awareness, signs, and then what to do?
Basically, be aware of your body, know what's going on, pay attention. And if you think something fishy is happening, it's good to know the signs and symptoms of stroke, which is the FAST acronym, face, arm, speech, time. And if you know those, that'll help. But just call 911 if you think something's going wrong.
Akira, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate you being here and also your education as well. For more information, please visit heartandstroke.ca.